They roam the corridors of power, sticking close to bigger predators. They are the Spads. Their natural habitat is behind the scenes, but increasingly they're breaking cover and nesting in a constituency near you, which, for some other species, is a worry.
Special advisors are a group that are probably brought up in veal crates and they're fed a special diet that grows their ambition to giant proportions and dwarfs their idealism. They are political animals. They eat, drink and sleep politics, and it tends to dominate their lives.
Special advisors, known in the trade as Spads. Skeptics often dismiss them as hitmen and women for powerful politicians at best, glorified bag carriers at worst. But you know what? Quite a lot of them end up over there, running the country.
Ed Miliband and Ed Balls were both special advisors, as were George Osborne and David Cameron, the first of the Spad class to reach the top 2 jobs in government. But behind them, there's people like Baroness Stoll at Communities and Local Government, and George Eustace, the rather sporty DEFRA Junior Minister. So are the Spads winning the race to Westminster?
There's a perception that the number of people who have this kind of experience where they work at Westminster before becoming MPs is really high, but it's actually only about 15% of the current Parliament. It was about 3% in 1979, that rose to 10% by 1997. So it is rising, but it's a slow and steady rise, and they're certainly in no way the majority.
They may not be grazing as a herd on the backbenches just yet, but they do tend to head towards the top of the food chain.
Well, currently about a third of the current cabinet have got this Westminster experience before they were elected, and about 40% of the shadow cabinet. And my research found that those MPs with that kind of experience were more likely than MPs who were, for example, ex-local councillors to become cabinet ministers.
But perhaps it was ever thus.
It's easy to forget that some of the most experienced and, to us now, heavyweight figures in politics really had never done anything very much outside it. That's true of Chris Patten. It's actually true going back even further. After the war, Enoch Powell, Reginald Maudling and Ian MacLeod, the famous Tory trio, they were all raised in the Conservative Research Department. They were the Spads of that era.
Mind how you go with the lesser spotted bag carrier or the great crested spinner, because increasingly it seems today's Spad might be tomorrow's PM.